Joining me now is Dr. Diana Wiley, a Seattle-based sex therapist and author of the recent book, Love in the Time of Corona, Advice from a Sex Therapist for Couples in Quarantine. Welcome, Diana.
Thank you, Leif. It's nice to be with you.
It's great to have you. So please tell me a little bit about yourself. How did you come to write this book?
Well, I've been a sex therapist for almost 35 years. And so I've always wanted to write a book. I have a lot of information, experience distilled over all of those years. And the pandemic came along last March, and I began to see that my couples were suffering. And so it seemed like a good time to write a book, Love in the Time of Corona. And thus the book was born.
You promote the idea that couples should have more sex while they're stuck at home together. How would that help?
Well, let's start with the health benefits because there's a lot of research over many years to show many health benefits from having sex, and especially frequent sex. It's very good for the immune system. Most of all, most importantly, it helps us with our stress. Instead of the cortisol and the adrenaline, we're getting way more endorphins and oxytocin and all the good stuff. It also helps increase intimacy. Couples that have frequent sex, studies have shown, have fewer arguments. When they do have arguments, they get over them faster. So it helps with intimacy, and it also makes us happier. It puts a smile on the face. I like to say sex is fun and it's free. It's also the fountain of youth.
What if a couple is at an impasse with each other?
Lots of couples do get stuck. And I say, if you're really stuck, go ahead and get therapy. I think couples should see this as a wake-up call. We're in the midst of a pandemic. It's a wake-up call. And I think it's really useful to set aside differences, at least for a little bit. Set aside differences. Turn towards your partner with an open heart.
What steps can couples who are kind of in a rut or out of the habit of having regular sex, what steps can they take to start having more sex again?
The first step is to have a heartfelt talk. Really be open and say to your partner, let's take a chance to rekindle our passion and really listen to each other. I can't tell you how important that is, to really, really listen to each other. The second step is to recall the good times. Think about when you first fell in love. Remember some of those feelings, those times when you couldn't keep your hands off each other. And then you can go back to maybe music that was popular at the time you did fall in love. Play some of that music. You might look at old photographs. Perhaps you think about past vacations. That's the second step. The third step is to take baby steps. And that means you're going to plan a date night at home. And yes, put sex on the calendar. It works. It's the best way to make it happen. Give each other a massage. If you have a big enough bathtub, take a bubble bath together. Otherwise, take a shower together and soap each other up, including each other's genitals. And then watch comedy movies and laugh together. Laughing together can really, really help to put us in a more playful mood. And sex is play. Let's remember, sex is play. If you're not having fun, you're not doing it right.
Is it really realistic or really desirable to schedule sex?
Scheduling sex.
Doesn't that kill the passion and the spontaneity?
Think about it. Before we were on lockdown, we could make a plan to go out on the town with our lover, maybe also with friends. And within that plan, we could have a lot of fun. So scheduling it is the most likely way you're going to make it happen. Get out your calendars, do it together, find some time that will work for both of you. And within that plan, you really can have fun. It's we have to override the Hollywood myth that somehow you're going to feel this passion. It's just going to well up in you, and you're going to run toward each other and throw your arms around each other with passion. Probably not going to happen, especially with this pandemic going on. So yes, schedule sex. Put it on the calendar.
If a couple is following your advice to have more sex, do they need to start having sex right away?
I don't think so. In fact, I think it's better, and I outline this in my book, to use caressing, healing touch. To do this in 4 stages. And the first 2 stages, my recommendations are that intercourse is off the table. You're not having intercourse. You're discovering other places that feel really good. Let it unfold and slow down, let go. And again, we're back to sex as play.
And what if a couple finds this hard to do?
Many couples do find it hard to do, of course. And I think it's useful to be honest and kind of talk to your partner about what has worked and what hasn't worked. The other thing is to be kind. Be kind to yourself and to your partner. That's so important. And keep trying. Keep trying. There are lots of guidelines in my book, Love in the Time of Corona. Learn and improve. Learn and improve.
How can someone get more information about using your approach?
They need to go to my advice website, which is deardrdiana.com. And there you will find links to buy the book through Amazon. And you will also find links for my YouTube channel. And I have lots of videos with lots of suggestions that come from the book on how you can improve your sex life and how you can get going again.
Thank you so much. Any parting thoughts for our viewers?
Please remember this. It's much harder and much more painful for a sexless couple to remain sexless than it is to do the work. May you find more love in the time of Corona.
Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Diana.
Thank you, Leif. It's been my pleasure.
Great talking with you.